The mental shutdowns aren't the only incidents people are talking about. There are also the breakdowns which cause people to turn psychotic, creating accidents and scandals. Those cannot be explained unless the true culprit has the power to make people's hearts psychotic. That's right! It's my power. One that you don't have!
He's gonna try something.
Allow me to show you! Persona!
What was that? That wasn't Robin Hood. Could it have been a different persona?
Even the feeblest existence can gain tremendous power once the chains on its heart are broken. You'd better not underestimate these two.
What did Akechi do? The enemies are way stronger now!
Oh, are they stronger? Welcome back to P5, by the way. Welcome to Happy Times. This is an important episode for me, personally, not just for you. Because, oh boy, am I going to talk about a bunch of stuff that means a lot to me. Where should we start? Well, I think it's finally time to talk about Crow's costume. Now, I love the Crow costume, this white and red little outfit that he has going on. Now, when you go into the menu, when you have him on your party, and you look at what it's called the Prince outfit. Makes sense, right? He's the Detective Prince. But no, that is not why it's called that. It's called that because Akechi is the bastard son of the would-be Prime Minister. How nice. And it greatly contrasts from the rest of the costumes of the Phantom Thieves. Now, like I pointed out earlier in this palace, most of the costumes are rather dark in nature. They are very, Phantom Thief-esque. They are meant to conceal us, work in the shadows. It's more of a team thing, other than Panther's big red latex disaster, whatever the hell that's supposed to be. But yeah, it's pretty straightforward, I would say. But Akechi's outfit's really flashy, and it's just white, and it sticks out like a sore thumb. Why is it like that? Well, Akechi's character is designed to really play upon this idea inside of his character that he has this incredible desire to just be the hero, of his own story. So much so that he's incredibly selfish, and his ultimate goal is super twisted. Is he helping out Shido because he really wants Shido to become Prime Minister and all hell Shido, Team Shido, woo, go! No, he wants it for his own reasons. He wants Shido to get on top, so it's that much sweeter when he stabs him in the back and ultimately gets this ultimate revenge that he's had his entire life against his dead, well, I don't want to say deadbeat dad, but the father who abandoned him and who he blames for the death of his mother. It's fantastic. And really, that desire to like be the hero, I mean, it's in everything about him. His entire personality is incredibly manufactured. His celebrity and the fact that he's a great student, that he's charming, all of that. It's, of course, all just an act. It's a front. It's carefully created. And you can even you can back this up even further, and that it's not just evident in some of the things I'm talking about here, but it's even evident in one of his DLC costumes. The rather kind of stupid, to be honest, Persona 4 Dancing All Night DLC costume that he has, that you may be familiar with.
Well done.
That power to make others turn psychotic. He used it on actual people? This guy's out of his mind!
Of course I didn't expect you to be defeated by them. You have deceived me and escaped death, after all. I wouldn't give up my chance to massacre you with my own two hands!
He's coming! Brace yourselves!
Bring it on. So his stupid P4D costume is like him wearing a red hoodie with like gold stars on it, but like the biggest, dumbest thing about this stupid attire is that he wears a black flat build hat that has hero written on it in big gold letters because he's trying to, you know, be the hero, trying to be a big man by himself. It's dumb, but it's a small detail that really like reinforces this idea, and it's incredible. I love it. Also, by the way, his affinities that he had when he was on our party, gone. That shit don't count anymore. Why would it? The other thing about Akechi is, if you know a little bit about Japanese fiction, you know that his name is not exactly original. It comes from a fictional character called Kogoro Akechi, which I have it written down here. It's a creation of the Japanese mystery writer Rampo Edogawa, who lived from the 19th century to the 20th century. So Kogoro Akechi was like this Japanese detective. It's essentially Japanese Sherlock Holmes. That's what it is. So the fact that Persona 5 had the goal to have a character named Goro Akechi, it's kind of like if I wrote a character named Sherlock Holmes or something. It's pretty straightforward. Then again, it's not as though like other Japanese fictions haven't had Kogoro Akechi characters, haven't adopted the character for themselves, because they absolutely have. But there's another important detail in that, and as I talk about this, I apologize if I don't fight to the best of my ability, because I'm a little distracted right now. Getting a little hyped up talking about all this crazy Akechi stuff, because I like Akechi a lot. He's a really well-crafted character.
Eat this!
So the fact that in the game, in the universe, both the Japanese version and the English version, Akechi obviously goes by his last name, which kind of contradicts how a lot of the fan base refers to him. You may know him as just Goro. And that's obviously because that when we first learned about his identity before the Japanese game even came out, of course we would all refer to him as just Goro, because at that point, before we knew all the details of, you know, him being the traitor of the game and whatnot, he's at that point just a party member, a future soon-to-be party member. And as we all know, every frickin' party member in Persona goes by their first name, at least in time they do. This is Persona, we're on a first name basis here. But in the actual game, he obviously only goes by Akechi. Now, I've been a bit of a jerk to some people in the past, like, I'll allude to it and be like, when people say Goro, I'm like, you know, that's fucking annoying, you should call him by his actual in-game name. But it's not just that, it's not as simple as like, well, he doesn't go by Goro, you shouldn't call him that. It's actually kind of important that he goes by the name Akechi, because we have no reason to believe that the name Goro Akechi is not his, like, given name, that it's like a stage name at all. I will continue this thought in a moment, because we got some good stuff that's about to go down.
Damn it!
So he's able to turn people psychotic. I thought it was some special thing like the nav, but it seems to be his own Persona's power.
I can't believe that the ability to control and drive others mad was born from within his heart.
I'll kill you. You're all gonna die.
Will you please stop? You're fighting the wrong people! We both hate the same guy! Why do we have to go against each other? Killing us won't make you happy.
But this ain't about what Shido says. You're your own person. You gotta know that. Damn it!
You know, sometimes I think about that fake medjed that you guys made up. That was the worst trap, but if not for that, I don't think I'd be here right now. Basically, it doesn't matter where you start over.
And you don't really hate Joker, do you? That smile before we fought. Isn't that how you really feel? Follow your true feelings, even if you think people hate you or don't want you around. That's...
Shut up, shut up, shut up! Teammates! Friends! To hell with that!
Why am I inferior to you? I was extremely particular about my life, my grades, my public image, so someone would want me around. I am an ace detective, a celebrity.
Takechi-kun.
You're just some criminal trash living in an attic! So how? How does someone like you have things I don't? How can such a worthless piece of trash be more special than me? This argument is meaningless!
What was that?
Black mask.
Kuro coming.
What about the other one, though? The one with the black mask.
A black mask? Wait, who's he talking about?
It can't be. There was another intruder besides us within this palace? Then what Kaneshiro said before?
These palaces can net you loads of cash. You could do whatever you wanted to people's hearts. I'll let you in on a little something. There's a criminal using other people's palaces to accomplish whatever they damn well please. They don't care about consequences, psychotic breakdowns, mental shutdowns. Anything goes.
So, you were behind the mental shutdowns after all.
Oh, this is great. I'm surprised. This is actually a first for me. I might even have to try my hardest against you. You know, I just came up with a fun little idea. I wonder how far I can go with this.
Fun?
You wanted to see my powers, didn't you? Fine. I'll show them to you. I've never felt like this before. You're right. I don't give a damn about Shido's acknowledgement. All I care about now is killing all of you. To prove I'm better than you! Here, I'll show you who I really am. Come, Loki!
Again, it's that persona.
What's going on?
Don't make me laugh. Justice, righteous, keep that shit to yourselves. You and your teammates piss me off.
He can use two separate powers? Then everything, even his appearance was a fake.
You're going down. I'll destroy you. Go down with me.
No way!
That bastard! He made himself go psychotic!
Now, let's see you drop dead one at a time in front of your precious friends.
Damn it, he's lost it. Here comes!
Die! You are the trash of society. I will kill you. Destroy you. Crush you. Teammates are nothing but trash.
His new persona's power is unknown. Everyone, stay on guard.
Oh boy, here we go. So, if you were a little disappointed by the scene inside of the casino where he first summons Robin Hood, and you're like, oh, that was pretty basic compared to all the other ones, fear not. Of course he was going to get a nice big scene like this one. He got his own proper awakening, but it was not with Robin Hood, but with Loki. So where was I? That's right, talking about why he goes by his last name. Well, if we were to assume that it's his given name, which there's nothing to contradict that, we can ascertain that it's probably his given name from his mother, and then you add in the fact that the stupid logo that he puts on all his stuff, on his dumb briefcase, and it's even on the Crow outfits, his shoulder pads and the belt buckle. And by the way, I think the Persona 5 Design Works details that his briefcase is actually customized by himself, that like he took classes on like how to bedazzle it himself or some shit. There's some dumb detail about that. But it's an important part about his identity, because why does he want revenge against Shito? Because of so much bitterness, and for blaming him on the death of his mother and this horrible upbringing that he had as a result. So maybe the name Akechi means a lot to him, and there's a reason why he actually introduces himself insisting on the name Akechi. Very interesting. That's how I interpreted it. Like, once I kind of like put that together, I was like, oh, that's important, isn't it? There was an actual reason behind all of that they wanted you to take away, but unfortunately a lot of people just overlook that and do whatever the hell they want and call him Goro without a second thought. Alright, get rid of that barrier.
This is my other self.
Oh, that was the wrong thing to do. Oh well. Alright, so, the Black Mask. Now, I tried to kind of... I don't know if I talked about this, but in part of the obviousness that Akechi is actually the one behind the mental shutdowns and everything, when he gets the code name of Crow, it's obviously supposed to be like the hint, like, oh, he's the Black Mask, because in Japanese, the codename Crow, like the way it's actually pronounced, is Kuro, and the Black Mask character in the Japanese version is referred to, as I've said multiple times, Kuro Kamen. Now, it's not spelled exactly the same, but the actual pronunciation's the same, Kuro and Kuro Kamen. But another very, very obvious hint that they put down there for you, as if it wasn't obvious enough.
Go down.
And the actual Black Mask design that we're seeing right now, you know, Mona called it out as possibly being who he really is, but artist Shingiori Sojima in the design works detailed that he designed the Black Mask outfit to elicit a response in the player of like, who's the real you? And that there's not supposed to be a definitive answer as to what's more accurate to who Akechi really is, either the Crow outfit or the Black Mask outfit. Because you gotta remember that the Crow outfit isn't completely an illusion. It is the symbol of like what his justice is. That's what he said when we entered the casino, that it was the symbol of his own justice. And we eventually learned that the actual design of the Crow outfit isn't about, you know, trying to be a heroic detective prince in search of the truth, but rather like the illegitimate prince that's coming for the throne, looking to take down the prime minister in the end and be a hero. And that's what it really represents. All this is to say that the Crow outfit is not necessarily a complete illusion, that it isn't necessarily wrong. Alright, what do I want to do here? I think I might keep popping you with some Freydines. And again, I apologize if I'm not battling to my best.
Just pieces of shit who lick each other's wounds. Anything goes. If you say your teammates, defend Loki.
God, stop pulling that, bro. Now we got a magic wall to deal with.
Super move. Ultra charge.
Ooh, how helpful.
Let's go.
Alright, let's heal us up a little bit. I maybe should have put Mona on the team before this fight.
Much thanks.
Another detail that I don't think I mentioned beforehand in terms of like how you're supposed to know that it's that Akechi's the killer, that he's the person. It never happened to us, obviously, because we're playing on a walkthrough, on my own walkthrough. But should you finish or fail to finish a palace by a deadline, you get a unique game over scene in which what happens is like the hero remembers himself, because remember, like the first 6 palaces are taking place in the past technically, but he remembers himself getting arrested for various reasons depending on which palace it is. And then it goes into the interrogation scene in which it's like, yeah, but that's, like, Sai kind of like calls him out, like, but that's not how it went down. And the reason is because he's so drugged up during the interrogation that he's not correctly remembering what happened.
Why are you looking at me like that? I've succeeded until now. All by myself. I don't need teammates. I don't.
Akechi is glaring at Joker. Interesting, huh? So he misremembers things and Sai leaves the room, and that allows for the Black Mask, a shadowy figure that has its appearance disguise and its voice disguise, to come in and kill Joker, and that's the game over you get for not finishing a palace. Now in that scene, should you see that, and you see this shadowy figure shoot Joker in the head, just as it ultimately happens in the actual cutscene, you would notice, perhaps if you're very observant, that the assailant is left-handed and holds its weapon in the left hand. Right, I'm already charged up, but let's use Megaton Raid.
You're mine.
So the assailant's left-handed, and what else? So you get Akechi, and he's left-handed. When you see the Black Mask kill Okumura, it's left-handed, so there's another little obvious little tip there.
Skull, what are you doing?
You gonna dodge me now, fucker? Sorry, Akechi. That's for stealing that takoyaki I was gonna eat. Anyway, we got a big cutscene coming up, and I'm obviously not gonna interrupt it.
You ready to call it quits? I know. I've had enough. You're so lucky. Lucky to be surrounded by teammates who acknowledge you. And once Shido confesses his crimes, you'll all be heroes. As for me, people will find out my past deductions were just charade. My fame and trust will vanish.
I see. So you were turning people psychotic, then solving the cases yourself. And you did that by joining forces with Shido.
In the end, I couldn't be special. Dude, you're more than special.
It pains me to admit, but your wit and strength far exceeds ours. We only defeated you by teaming up. I was honestly envious of your natural ability. It was frustrating to see how much my sister trusted you.
I have no intention of forgiving you for what you did to my father. But I sympathize with you. I wholeheartedly understand wanting to get back at the adults who took from you.
But when you gained the power to fulfill that desire, you only used it for your own self-benefit.
If you have the ability to use multiple personas, you probably have the same talents as Joker, but because you went through life alone. The power you awakened was fueled by lies and hate. Still, you thought that was enough, right? That part I totally get.
You excelled at everything over us. Yet that was the one thing you lacked.
All right, let's go back and get that calling card ready. We're gonna take Shido down. What are you gonna do?
It'd be a problem if you kept getting in our way. Want to come along and help us settle things?
Are you all idiots? You should get rid of me. If you don't want me getting in your way. You all are truly beyond my comprehension. Akechi?
Another one? Wait, is he...
That's Shido's cognitive version of Akechi.
I'll deal with the rest of you later. Captain Shido's orders. He has no need for losers. Well, This just moves the plan up a little. He was going to get rid of you after the election anyway. What? Did you truly believe you'd be spared after all the murders you undertook? Don't tell me. Were you actually feeling good about having someone rely on you for once? Oh, by the way, the captain says it's time you receive retribution for causing the mental shutdowns.
What the hell, man? That bastard's the one who put him up to it!
I see. I was wondering how he'd protect himself. If I used my power to tear through his palace, turns out you're how. So he's making a puppet kill me. Sounds like something he'd do. That's right. I'll do anything. But look at yourself. You're the true puppet. You wanted to be acknowledged, didn't you? To be loved. You've been nothing but a puppet from the very beginning.
You little...
So this is how Shido thinks of Goro Akechi? It's too horrible.
It's still not too late. We can change his heart together. Even if he's your father. No, because he's your father.
What's all this nagging about? Want me to take care of you first?
No, he's not alone. He has shadows too.
You know what? I'll let someone volunteer to take his place. Who knows? You might delay his death.
Damn you!
You guys are all about doing things for others, aren't you? Oh, that's just the same as me. I'm going to take all the blame for our captain. I'll die for him too.
This is what Shido thinks of Akechi-kun? Even after making him help with the murders?
Here, I'll give you one last chance. Shoot them. I was such a fool. Yes, that's the you our captain wishes to see. Don't misunderstand.
You're the one who's going to disappear!
The watertight bulkhead door has closed. All personnel within the partition wall, evacuate at once.
Whoa, what is this?
Akechi!
Hurry up and go!
You fool! Are you trying to get yourself killed?
The real fools are you guys. You should have just abandoned me here a long time ago. You would have all perished. If you had tried to face these with me weighing you down.
Akechi-kun!
Let's make a deal, okay? You won't say no, will you?
Why at a time like this?
Change Shido's heart. In my stead. End his crimes. Please!
I sense a solid bond between me and Akechi.
I am thou. Thou art I. Thou hast turned a vow into a blood oath. Thy bond shall become the wings of rebellion and break the yoke of thy heart. Thou hast awakened the ultimate secret of justice, granting thee infinite power.
All right.
You bastard!
So, my final enemy is a puppet version of myself. Not bad.
Akechi-kun! Isn't there some way to get this open, Mona?
His signal is gone. I'm only getting the weaklings.
No.
Come on, you guys. We can't let a rotten criminal like Shido do what he wants any longer. We can't. No matter what.
Damn it.
Let's go. So there's something I need to talk about now, and it's a little spoilery, but if I don't talk about it now, I'm not really going to get the chance to do it later. And that is that we are not going to see Akechi again in this game. Now if you're thinking that like maybe there's going to be a moment where he comes to help us at the end of the Shido fight or something like that, nope, that's not going to happen. That will not be going down. But there will be a time in the dwindling hour of the game or so where Akechi's name will be brought up again. And the language used to describe that moment is that, not that he's dead, but that he's missing. That he was never found or recovered or anything like that. And I bring this up just to say, is he dead? Probably. But they never completely closed the door on it. Now, personally, I think this is just Atlus's way of covering all their bases and being like, when they were designing the game, to be like, well, if we wanted to bring this character back for any reason, we've now given a way for us to do so. You never technically saw him die, so that's what I think it's all about. But does that mean that he's going to be in some sort of Persona game set after the events of Persona 5? Not necessarily, maybe, maybe not. I'm just bringing it up now to put a little bit of closure on what we just saw.
Yes!
Anyway, we've made our way into the representatives' chamber. Let's get into this elevator. I'm still a little somber. Never liked seeing that scene. Definitely a little tragic. Obviously, there's supposed to be some comparisons that he and the Phantom Thieves weren't all that different, but his circumstances made him the person he was, and that's why he didn't get to see the end.
What?
The hell is that? It's pretty rockin'. So this is the main assembly hall? Probably. Darumas are often used as symbols of election luck, plus everything else in here seems real. I did not know that before this game.
Yes.
Odd. There isn't a single person in here. It sounded as though there was quite the crowd within when we heard voices through the door. But given how it looks, this has to be the root of the distortion.
Right.
Yes, I'm picking up on the treasure's presence as well. There's no doubt this place is where it'll appear. Well, it's also obviously back there on the stage or whatever.
Well then.
We've secured our route to the treasure. Should we leave the palace now? Let's continue exploring, actually. Can you walk around this room? You can. I've never actually done this, I don't think. I've never taken a peek around here. But this is the, I believe, House of Representatives. Yeah, well, remember that Diet has like 2 bodies, so this is the representative body. Doesn't seem to be anything in here, which is not surprising. Yeah, I've never actually poked around in here. I've never actually looked at the map of this room either. Interesting. Alright, let's, I was gonna use a Go-Ho-En, but better not waste it. We can just go out the long way. There's a safe room right outside this area anyway. But as much as I like Akechi, like, we also shouldn't, like, play around with fantasies that, like, oh, but maybe he can be, you know, join them now. Like, not really, as much as like it is kind of like disappointing that things had to go the way that they did. He killed Haru's father, and he probably killed Futaba's mother. It isn't incredibly clear how all that went down. It's mentioned in a cutscene that Akechi and Shido have known each other for 2.5 years.
Hey, let's take a break here.
Now, whether or not, like, I guess that must line up to, like...
I'll just add this.
It never puts, like, hard dates on it, but I would think that it means that 2.5 years ago, like, Shido was already knee-deep in, like, cognitive research, but then Akechi came to him with special powers, and that caused Shido to call for the shutdown of, like, the governmental research and Wakaba's research. So that must mean that there's a really good possibility that Akechi was her assailant, but it's never outright said, I don't think. Whoops. Should not have done that. Getting distracted here. Just gotta walk off the entire deck here. It also puts Persona 5 in like a really unique position. I think I said this earlier, but Persona 5 is like the only game in this series that has tons of like backstory that happens before the main game.
Yes!
Not counting Persona 2 Eternal Punishment, that doesn't count, but no other game has like so much that happens years before the game even begins. Like P3 does, but P3 also explains it really easy in like one cutscene, like here's what happened, and then it's super easy to understand. But like Persona 5 has a lot of moving pieces with a lot of characters that happen before the story really begins. So who knows, maybe those events could be retold in some other form or fashion. Maybe they could be told through some other kind of weird spin-off, or possibly some other form of media, like an anime or a manga or something. That'd be really interesting. I would want to learn about that. I would want to learn about Akechi's life before Persona 5 began, because he's obviously been a Persona user for way longer than the Phantom Thieves have been. Way, way longer. You're back. Yes, I am. We were finally able to get into the main assembly hall. That means we're ready to send the calling card too. When should we do it? We must consider the method by which we will send it as well. All those guys cheering for Shido better be ready. We're gonna surprise the shit out of them. Ooh, I can't wait for this. By the way, where's Makoto? She's in the chat, right? Yes, don't worry. I've been reading it. What's on your mind? Well, it's about Akechi-kun, is it not? That was really sad what happened to him. Oh, way to eloquently put that, Haru. Honestly, I have mixed feelings, but I think he was a victim too. A victim we couldn't save. Had I not met you all, I may have become like him as well. Personally speaking, I can't forgive the guy. But more importantly, I can't forgive Shido for warping his mind so goddamn much. I must agree. What Shido did is reprehensible. We must do this. I'm certain we'll be able to pull it off. It'll be just like always. Yes, it's best not to get too worked up over this. As for the timing, that is on you, Akira. Akechi saved us all in the end. I think in his heart, he might not have been so bad. Hey, Akira. Let's succeed on this mission no matter what. I agree, Morgana. But first, let's get rubbed down by our sensei.
What?
Like, yeah, what Akechi did is really unforgivable. Even if he was kind of a puppet and was really warped by Shido. But still, it's really, really bad. He's a bad dude. I mean, like, the P4 killer kills, like, 2 people in total, really.
Master!
Meanwhile, Akechi, who's, like, supposed to be your party member, is, like, well, he's, like, a halfway party member, and, like, maybe he wasn't such a bad guy after all. Like, who's to say how many, like, deaths that he's actually responsible for? Not to mention a bunch of the mental shutdowns, which just reminded me there's something I wanted to talk about, and I'm glad I didn't forget. This was something that I brought up all the way back in the Hawaii trip, when we were standing outside taking group pictures and they were talking about Big Bang Burger. There at one point is
I'll just add
save
this.
the game. Yeah. No, let's save here. So you're talking about Big Bang Burger, and I was like, oh, there's something I want to talk about later in the game that has like a weird implication. I believe I talked about at one point that there's an Easter egg fairly early on in the game where on a news report like we just watched, the company Wild Duck Burger is brought up. It's the burger chain that was big in Persona 3, and they just kind of like talk about how like, well, Big Bang Burger is suffocating out Wild Duck Burger. And there's this report that like a Wild Duck Burger like went on like some weird stupor and took nudes inside of like a kitchen at Wild Duck or something. And it's supposed to be like you read this like story and you like laugh at it like, haha, what a weird thing, goofy Easter egg, whatever. Not that important, right? But then you get to this point in the game and you should realize that the implication is that Akechi was responsible for this dude leaking his nudes that caused the like downfall of this burger chain and helped out Big Bang Burger. The fact that that's what it is, that like that's what's implied at least, is hilarious to me. I love that. I love the idea that the all mysterious power of the Black Mask was used to leak nudes and cause like corporate demises. That's amazing. Play the game. It's a golf game. This is really one of the simplest games to play. Oh, there's a practice course. Let's try that one first. Alright, time to practice a normal distance shot. Press the X button to move the bar from the start to the right. Press the X button again afterward to try and stop the par within the designated area. It's really easy to understand, and with the technique, it slows down the arrow greatly. There we go. Oh, I think you did it. Not a bad shot. Yosh. Oh, the screen changed. It looks like you're stuck in the sand now. Ooh, wedge shot. If I wasn't playing this through my capture card, I'd probably be getting hole-in-ones. Ooh, you're near the flag now. It looks like this is practice for getting your ball on the green. Ah, fuck, I missed. Oh, I guess that counted. See, I was trying to overcompensate there for like a little bit of lag, and I did it too early. Guess we'll finish here today. I beat the level. Oh yeah, give me that useless proficiency.
All right.
Nice.
Did Akechi get the last life? Oh my god, I just realized there's something we should do. I think I alluded to this as well, right when we were going into the palace, but there's a really goofy oversight in this game. It's like, it has to be an oversight. There's no way they did this on purpose.
Let's do it.
But luckily, at the beginning of this very episode, I talked about how you could get unique game overs should you not clear palaces. And like weird scenes that happen for it. But there's also one for this palace for not clearing the Shido Palace in time. And like I said, it's a weird oversight that clearly could not have been intentional. Let's look at it. Let's look at it and then reload my save file when I get this game over. So today is the final day. You have 1 day until the ballot count, 1 day to seal Shido's heart, which means we are supposed to be holding our meeting to send the calling card right now. But should you fail to do so, should you not do it by today, you'll get a game over. Let's see what that game over looks like and just how stupid it's about to look. No, we are not meeting the others. Let's rest until the evening and get a nice fat game over. I did this in the original stream as well. Fun stuff. Fun stuff we're about to see.
You're back.
I feel like we're forgetting something. Oh yeah, well, what were we supposed to do again? I don't know. What were we supposed to do today? Well, it sure would be a shame if some weird bullshit happened right about now.
What the heck?
It's him!
He's alive!
We discovered that there was no corpse in the morgue. What a surprise. To think you'd pull the wool over my eyes.
You're the leader of the Phantom Thieves, aren't you?
Maybe.
You used a mysterious power to show an illusion to Goro Akechi, as well as shot and killed a guard. You better not try anything funny. We're authorized to shoot if needed this time.
This game is over.
What a bunch of dumb bullshit. No, to be fair, the scene has like a weird wavy vignette over it, which all the fail to clear palace game overs also have. But for the other ones, they make sense because like, oh, the protagonist is on drugs. Oh, but this one doesn't make sense unless they're saying like, oh, this is a dream that happened in between the 2 days or something. But
so,
clearly,
the game is what?
Shut up, Igor. Clearly, they designed that game over. Return to the title screen. They designed that game over like on the premise that like you didn't even get to the Akechi fight and you ended up blowing it or whatever. But we did get to the Akechi fight and we fought him and he presumably died. And then that scene happened. It doesn't make any sense. It's a huge, stupid oversight. If this game ever does get re-released, I hope they fix that because it doesn't make any sense. So dumb. Alright, let's do it correct this time. Let's hold our meeting to send our calling card. I think I just talked to Mona to do this.
Okay.
Let's meet at the hideout, i.e. here. Let's meet 3 feet away from where I'm standing. Oh no, wait, it's downstairs now. See? It's downstairs. Gotta send the calling card. You got it.
Okay.
Is there anything I need to do before I send this? I don't think so. Send this bad boy.
It's finally coming down to this. So, how are we gonna send the calling card?
It would be pointless to send it to the Diet Building.
And even if we handed it over to different media sources, who knows how it would be treated? The worst case scenario would be giving it to the police under the table.
What shall we do then?
I wonder.
Futaba-chan?
My Futaba cannon is ready.
Huh?
It's good to go. Look. Now, if I do this...
When did you make this?
You should have told us you were planning something!
To trick your enemies, you first gotta trick your allies.
How stylish.
It's kick-ass!
This should work nicely.
All right! It's time for people to start coming to their senses.
First start with national news. Since the young man suspected to be the leader of the Phantom Thieves died while in custody, the police have officially announced that these crimes have come to an end and assure everyone that the peace will be restored
Yo, what is up, everybody?
We are the ones who you all know as the Phantom Thieves.
And all of us are alive and kicking. But those shitty guys in power, they've been manipulating information to try and hide the truth.
What is this? Where's it coming from?
I don't know. We can't switch it out. Seems we aren't the only ones affected either.
So, before we appropriate our next target, we would like to first borrow your time.
The recent scandals of public figures, the
What if that's just an
by
event?
psychotic breakdowns and mental shutdowns. These weren't caused by unknown reasons.
One man is behind every single instance, simply to satiate his own greed.
Is this for real?
That man was afraid his crimes would be exposed and shifted the blame on us. He even manipulated the police for that.
We only steal the hearts of criminals. This asshole tried to dump what he did on us. That just shows he doesn't care about those
Are they
victims
stupid?
at all.
Shut everything down!
The identity of that cowardly man is...
The hell? Who's getting good?
Ooh, the police reacted much faster than I thought. Too bad. I win!
The man behind it all is a current cabinet member of all things. The Minister of State for Special Missions, Messiah Shishido.
Everything that guy says is a lie. And to prove that... Look! As you can see, all of us are alive and kicking. I'm sure the people investigating us can tell if this is a lie or not. Shido himself will soon confess all the crimes.
You think it's some kind of prank?
No way. Could this be real?
Don't block the road, people!
What's going on?
We're not gonna sit back and watch some crook wreck this country just because of his goddamn ego. Ain't that right, leader?
Hey, we can see his face!
Yes. Before that happens, we will take this country.
Hello? Yes. Yes. We're looking into it now. Please, if you would so kindly...
Very well.
I'll crush them beneath my heel.
Did the remaining members put that notice out? What did they mean when they said nobody has died? Could they have installed a new leader just to threaten us and Shido?
We're going to check with the different departments. Excuse me. Yes?
What? How can that be?
The Phantom Thief's corpse seems to be missing from the morgue.
Didn't your men check the death certificate and carrier documents?
Yes, but,
Give me a straight answer!
Perhaps this Phantom Thief tricked us with his bizarre powers. Maybe he just made us think he had died.
Who made those documents? Who was there at the scene of the suicide?
Find a way to stop a change of heart! Don't we have Wakaba Ishiki's research materials? And what about Akechi? Where did that useless brat go? He must have run away knowing he failed. Bring him here when you find him! Got that?
I'll erase any who gets in my way, just as I've always done.
Where is the Phantom Thief's body?
Phantom Thief? Body?
This isn't the time for games.
I really don't know what you're speaking of. Oh, but that reminds me. I received a calling card from the Phantom Thieves. But everything from then on is a blur. No. Could I have done something wrong? Then
Hey!
Did the Phantom Thieves get to her?
Don't tell me. Was your heart... Could this be true, Nichima?
What have I done?
The Phantom Thief! He's alive!
Even so, how did he escape from the station?
It doesn't matter. We must catch him. We can't let this get out. Not only was the suicide announcement false, but he got away on top of that. We'll have to interrogate you as a key witness.
Why me?
Check the documents you created. You may remember something once you look at them, but even if you can't recall, all responsibility for his escape rests squarely on your shoulders.
I'm sorry, I honestly don't know what's going on here.
You're the last person to talk to that Phantom Thief. You have to clean up your boss's mess. If you're going to resent someone, resent your dead director.
Is illness really what killed him? Do you think his death was truly due to illness?
That doesn't matter. Your actions have made a mockery of the police force. You're going to pay for this, I promise.
Very well. It's all up to you now, everyone.
Police officials are said to be currently reviewing the facts of the Phantom Thieves' notice, and...
Welcome. Search the place. You're Sojiro Sakura, yes?
Who the hell are you?
Where are the Phantom Thieves?
Oh, you mean those guys they've been talking about on TV?
Don't play dumb with me.
This is obstruction of business, you know.
We've investigated this thoroughly.
Is this the only way you do things?
They're not upstairs.
Where are the Phantom Thieves?
If you're not a customer, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave.
He's an accomplice. Take him away.
Don't get all cocky. You're just some useless criminal's lapdog. Justice isn't on your side.
That one guy was like, maybe the Phantom Thieves are in these coffee beans. Don't know what he was doing.
The notice put forth by these so-called Phantom Thieves is absolutely groundless. It is nothing more than a wicked terrorist act aimed at obstructing the elections. What we need now is a powerful, unyielding leader. I am willing to risk my life to fight them.
Oh, which one is right? Shido or the Phantom Thieves?
I hear what Shido-san is saying, but is it true?
I speak now to those who call themselves Phantom Thieves. Your actions are gravely serious crimes. You are rebelling against the laws of this country and unnecessarily causing alarm among its citizens. I call on you to surrender yourselves at once and apologize to the people of this proud nation.
The Phantom Thieves cut into a live broadcast signal, didn't they? They're crazy!
But don't you think that Shido looks like a criminal too?
Oh, I don't know what to believe anymore.
I hope they catch them soon.
That bastard Shido's trying to act all calm, but he's probably freaking out on the inside.
Apologize? Quite the funny joke.
Who is the real criminal here? A lot of people are gathered here.
Our calling card has had a tremendous effect.
I'm real proud of that one.
All they're doing is making noise, though.
Seriously, they should just go home and sleep.
Even after what happened, not many people want to see Shido have a change of heart. What we're about to do is just... right?
That's right. Have we ever acted outside of the scope of justice?
You have a point.
Hey, look over there!
To think he'd actually go after Masayoshi Shido. Youth is incredible. This has me excited as well. That boy really keeps the news rolling in.
She doesn't notice we're here, right? That keen journalist nose is a force to be reckoned with. Whoa, why's Mishima here? Man, that kid's impressive.
The Phantom Thieves are just. I guarantee it. Now that's what I like to hear.
There may not be many of them, but we have to cherish our fans. Let's go change Shido's heart.
Confidants assemble.
Justice only we know, huh?
If only I were 20 years younger.
Your victory is certain. Isn't this crazy? The Phantom Thieves are totally insane!
Aw, I wish I'd gone straight home. I could have seen it in person in Shibuya that way.
To think he would turn out to be such a troublemaker.
It's almost like we're praying to the Phantom Thieves here.
Hey, wasn't there a rumor going around that the Phantom Thieves were murdering people? I knew they were no good the moment that stuff came up. I bet they're just a bunch of scumbags.
Oh, I see. That's scary.
They just don't get it.
The bigger the target, the more exciting things get, right?
Well, you know what this means. In the next one, we will take Shido's heart.